Hello and welcome from the outskirts. Have you ever tried to fight someone with loving kindness? I call it spiritual kung fu, and that is exactly what happened to me recently at a bus stop. I'm sitting on a bench waiting for the bus. A man approaches. To me, he looks Asian. That is really all I know. But within seconds, my mind creates a whole story about him. Maybe he is Buddhist, because he looks Asian. Surely he will understand why, as a woman in robes, I keep a little distance. I smile, move slightly farther away, and lift my cap a little so he can see my shaved head more clearly. A pretty obvious sign of Buddhist monastic life. I'm sure he will respect that. He looks at me strangely, narrows his eyes a little, pushes his chin forward, and suddenly stands directly in front of me. Buddha? I nod, because I assume this is probably his short way of asking, "Are you a Buddhist?" Martin Luther, he says. Then he shakes his fist. Not exactly threatening, but very intense. He clearly has a mission. He starts talking about a monk in South Korea, a monk on a mountain with many followers, high up in the mountains. I do not fully understand what he's trying to tell me, but I keep hearing one word, hell. Again and again, hell. I smile, mostly to calm him down, but somehow that only makes him more energetic, and he moves closer and closer. I do not feel in immediate danger, but I do feel pressured. And slowly it dawns on me, he is trying to convert me, or maybe save me from hell. Maybe he means well. Maybe he truly wants to help me. Maybe he is genuinely worried. So I try metta, loving kindness. I close my eyes and I think as kindly as I can, "May you be happy and well." But it feels hollow, and suddenly I notice something. I'm using metta like spiritual kung fu, not out of genuine kindness. Mostly I just want the situation to stop. Meanwhile, I nervously watch the fist moving in front of my face. And by now, my own mind has already started the next story. The annoying missionary, the fanatical Christian, the man who won't listen. But that too is just another story. And suddenly something becomes very clear to me. He does not really see me, just as I do not really see him. He has a story about me, and I have a story about him. He has his story, and I have mine. He has his ideas about how the world should be, and so do I. While his fist keeps moving in front of my face, I think, maybe we humans do this all the time. Do we not all carry around inner scripts? Ideas about how other people should be, how they should practice, what they should understand, which path they should follow. And then we try, sometimes very subtly, sometimes not so subtly, to pull others into our script. This does not happen only in Christianity. It happens everywhere, even in Buddhism. You must practice this technique. You should follow this tradition. You should ordain. You should read this book. Only nose breathing, not belly breathing. This is the only correct way. And maybe we often do not even notice anymore that we are no longer truly listening, no longer truly seeing. We see only our own ideas. And slowly the real human being disappears behind our interpretations. The Buddha described this process very precisely in the Honeycake Sutta, Majjhima Nikaya number 18. The Buddha explained, there is contact. From contact comes feeling. What is felt is perceived. What is perceived becomes the subject of thinking. And what we keep thinking about begins to spread and multiply. And eventually this mental proliferation becomes the source of conflict, judgments, and endless interpretations. In Buddhism, there is a powerful word for this endless mental storytelling, papañca. The mind does not simply see. It creates story about what it sees. And eventually, we no longer meet the actual person, only our thoughts about them. But the Buddha also pointed to something else. Not, you must believe immediately, but instead, come and see for yourself. Investigate for yourself. Know for yourself. The Dhamma is Ehipassiko. Come and see. Maybe practice begins exactly at the moment we notice, there is another story again, about the other person, about myself, about the one correct path. And maybe we do not have to keep building the story. As I step onto the bus, the man says, only God can save us. I smile and take a different door. Maybe things like this happen at bus stops more often than we think. And I wonder, how often do I truly see another human being? And how often do I see only my own script? Maybe it takes courage to stop the story for a moment and simply look, without quick judgments, without kung fu. Ehipassiko, come and see. Maybe today at your own bus stop.